Hello there. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Healing with Shawnalee. And we have our special guest, Alex Dumas. Yay! All right. Tonight, we have a variety of different topics we'll be discussing and going over. And we're glad to have you.
Well, I'm glad to be had or
Yeah.
have.
Have it?
Anyway, this is how we're gonna do. No, but thanks for inviting me on the show. Looking forward to this conversation with you.
Yeah, me too. Like, I couldn't think of anybody else. I was like, oh, Alex has to be on. He has to be my first guest.
So,
So,
all of you out there, future guests, remember, you weren't even thought of in this moment.
oh,
Setting the tone,
I'm going to be in
competition.
trouble now. Yes. Well, thank you. So, just to tell a little bit about Alex, and then I'll let you introduce yourself. So, he's a husband and a father and a CEO of Abundance Coaching, daily coaching. And he's also the host of the podcast Love, Serve, Care on Spotify. Yes. And he is the success coach for emerging entrepreneurs, coaches, and leaders in the industry. So if you need somebody, go to Alex. He operates his life and business with 4 simple words: have fun and help people. So if you want to experience lighthearted, powerful service, then call Alex.
Boom.
Yay!
End of the show. That's it. See you later, everybody. Bye.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yes, that is me in a nutshell, as quick and succinct as I could put it. But I'm here to share anything else you want to know, and anything that could be useful for your folks out there, and useful for me too, because it's all
Yeah.
a healing journey. You heal, I heal, they
Yeah.
heal together.
We heal together and we lift up others together and
Wrap it
wrap it up. Nice. Hey, I guess we're done.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, just to tell us a little bit about you and your family and what you do.
Yeah. So obviously everybody here knows my name already. I'm originally from this planet called New York. So I was born and raised in Long Island. So yeah, suburban guy, Long Island. Yeah, I'm that guy. Uh, but I'm out here now, just outside of Raleigh, North Carolina, for the past 4 years. Me and my lady Sarah, we are going to be celebrating our 16th year together anniversary and our 12-year wedding anniversary on the 9th. So you're hearing this now watching this now on the 5th, so we're 4 days away from happy anniversary time.
Oh, happy
Yeah,
anniversary.
yeah, thank you,
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, and we have 2 like semi-adorable kids. Yes, sure. I know, Jen, you have no idea what happened before we turned on the cameras.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have 2 like kind of cute kids, couple of dogs, and yeah, kind of what you explained before about what I do as a coach. A coaching is like the simple way to put it, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a family show. But I look at it more as like just creating with people, creating in the sense of helping them rediscover like their brilliance, their identity, like who they really are, and how from there we're going to step forward into the world. And a lot of that has to do with the healing process. That's what's helped me and served me. And if you anybody here or anybody who's going to be watching, if you ever heard of this guy called Steve Hardison, ultimate coach, he has this, what he has a lot of his clients do is create a document, their own declarations. Some people might see it as like I think of it like as corny, as affirmations, but uh, at least in my experience has been stronger than that, because these are ways of being. As far as for me, it's like I'm the best half of Sarah right now, as my wife. And the moments that I'm not, or there's opportunities where I can improve in that area, I always can come back to that source of like, oh, I'm always the best half of her. I'm the best husband. And my dogs are like, what about us? You didn't even mention us. They're crying here in the other room.
I can
Who's
hear.
Steve Hardison? Some dude, the ultimate coach. Yeah, that he might be that guy.
You might be that guy.
Questionable. We'll have to check his resume, see if that's the real. but yeah, that's a little quick snapshot on me and what I'm bringing into the world right now.
Yeah, you're birthing many wonderful creations. Listen to your podcast on Spotify, and you have a daily show with that you empower people, and it just says it right in the name: love, serve, care. And
Yeah.
that's who you show up, and that's who you be or being in the world is love, love serving and caring others. Yeah, the dogs want to
I
be on
don't.
the show.
Yeah, I don't know why they're crying so much. They were just out. I birthed them. this, see, this is why I can't look at the comments. I'm just gonna put my hand.
I know. Let's just cover those up.
No, okay.
Makes it go a little bit smoother.
Yeah.
I love to watch you and love your stories. I love to watch Foot and Boot, Dr. Foot and Boot.
Yeah, Dr. Food and Boot. Yeah, he's one of the characters that were created during these past year and almost 2 years of homeschooling my tiny humans. Well, my son now he's back in regular school, but my daughter is still going through the homeschool process through next year. Well, wow, it's this year now. We're 2022. But yeah, Dr. Food and Boot, Miss Periwinkle, uh, Ronald Needlenose the Third, just Terrence the school bully, like all these different people just kind of spice things up and shake it up a little bit for fun. So
Yeah.
it's always something creating in my head. There's always something rattling around.
Well, I love it. And I love how you empower your children too. And like the self defense videos and
Yeah. Just yeah. I don't know if have you seen like those the actual real ones of those things of like yeah.
yeah.
So I don't mean to judge the guy. I mean he's doing his thing. He's getting his social media following and all this stuff. But like I'm like, there's a good chance I'm gonna die if I try to take somebody's gun. or
Yeah.
or all these different techniques he's showing. So maybe it works. I'm not here. Don't sue me. If you're watching this, I'm not here to be sued. But it's kind of funny just what this guy does. So I just wanted to have some fun with it, play around with the kids, and mixing in with some dad jokes, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. It I love how the way that you show up. Um yeah, so let's see what else. It's the first show.
Yeah.
Um, I'd like to welcome everybody who came and joined and came to check out the show. And my intentions, just to kind of tell you a little bit about that and about the show, is this is just about loving and supporting everyone on their journey and empowering people. Um, holding that space and opening up for all of us as healing goes by. And really in the light and the dark and the shadow and the light, just overcoming obstacles and things that people have gone through their life. I've had a long, I don't know how I want to label it, but just if you don't let them in. Nice.
Yeah, you guys can see in the background, like right behind my camera, my wife was like messing with the little puppy and getting her out. So mama dog and daughter dog are outside now. Finally, they're good.
They're good. They're
Yeah.
good. They could feel your excitement and your energy. So they're just like, what is going on? Something's
Yes.
happening.
Yeah. He's doing something important. It's that time.
Yeah, that's my kids. It's like, Mom, you're on the phone. Oh, now's the time to talk to Mom.
Yeah. Mommy, mommy, mommy.
Yes. Yeah. Usually when Rory's here, he'll come and be in the video just as much. So he doesn't like to talk or anything. He just likes to know that his presence is known.
That's it. That is all they want. It's just, do you see me? Do you know I'm here? That's it. Just love me, love me and see me.
Yes. Yes. I want that connection. Just make sure you know and acknowledge that I'm here.
Yeah, 100%. And we all look for that. I mean, I say this all the time. This one I got a couple years ago, where I would throw it out as EPR is CPR for our souls, and EPR meaning encouragement, praise, and recognition. You do that to somebody, you breathe life into them, you speak life into them, and get encouraged for a minute, it could shoot you up and power you up for the whole day. Someone just gives you a compliment, like in a real one, not like, "Hey, Shawnalee, you're great." Okay, that's nice, thank you. But it's like, "Hey, Shawnalee, you're amazing because you have such a warm heart. You are this. You connected to something that's actually true about you. That's jet fuel. You're
That goes a long way.
yeah, absolutely."
Yeah, encouragement, praise.
And recognition, yeah,
Yeah, and recognition.
that's it.
I love that. I'm going to add that.
yeah,
I'm a little slow.
take away. But it's not my creation. Someone shared it with me, so that's what
There
I
you go.
do, pass along to the world.
Yeah, I really like that because they do. People need to be seen and felt to know that they're important.
Yeah,
We all do on this journey.
absolutely. Yeah, that's what I love about coaching, because on the other side of that, I know what exactly, like, what that feels like not to have those things, and you crave it, and nobody cares, or at least perception, right? Nobody
Yeah.
cares. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody um, values me. Okay, now what? I could either wham about it, boo hoo, or do something about it, and change the way I'm looking at it. It took a long time to figure out I could change that.
Yeah.
It was always like, I'm victim, woo, nobody cares, and I'm all this, and I'm this and nothing. Well, that's hardly true at all. So it takes a lot of those little steps every day, building yourself and actually doing these things that are effective, right?
Yeah.
You know, and we can go down a whole path of that. I mean, wherever you want to go. So
Yeah, totally. I think as we awaken, right, we waken up to who we're being in that moment. A lot of us, well, most are asleep and they've just been that way. So they think this is the way that I've been. This is the way that I'm always going to show up. This is my story. And they play into that story and they feed into that victim story or that victim mentality because it's feeding them. That's where they're getting their energy off of. And so then it can take them down that rabbit hole. And it takes an awakening to just start to waken up to how you're being and how you're showing up. And then working on that mindset. And we can go so many different ways with that too, because it just feeds into many different parts of our life is okay, so you awaken here. And so now you can show up a little bit differently. And, next time, next time I'm going to play it out this way and really realize that a lot of people are just going through their own journeys and it really has nothing to do with you. And really that they're a mirror to you and what's going on with you internally. And so always taking a step back and looking at, who am I being in this moment? How am I acting? Am I showing up, how I want to? And what was that energy just about? And not making it so much about like the stories, because those stories can go all over and we could play those stories. But guess what? Yesterday, that story was one thing. Tomorrow, that shifts just a little bit. Today, that shifts just a little bit. And so then we can get stuck in the past. And, that may have happened 30 days ago, 40 days ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and 30 years ago. And so then it just becomes this big giant rock that, maybe it was just this little thing then. Yes.
imagine the giant rocks. It's the rocks.
I love it. I had an obsidian in my jacket that I was going to wear. And then I was like, oh, yeah, no, it's too hot. At
You
least
didn't pick up the fur coat for me. I was looking for like a mink. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I would have liked that.
I'm just in my dining room, darling, waiting to interview you. Yeah,
Ooh, yes. Hey, embrace that, right?
that's it.
Yeah, a shirtless mirror.
Y'all, the worst.
There you go. Um, are you showing up? I guess that's like an analogy of if you're showing up in your nakedness, in your vulnerability. And are you being vulnerable and opening yourself up to allow people in? that was something that I always got stuck in, is I wouldn't let people in, only to a certain point. Because I had, an abusive past, and I had my own victim mentality, and learned that, a lot of it, we don't look internally and how we're showing up and how we're being. And so
Yeah.
changing those stories, and out of that relationship, I will not be naked. All right, that's okay. Knew that was going to play out just a little bit.
You rascals out there. No,
Yeah,
but yeah, what you're saying right there is so true. I think we all have that to a degree of. I know for me, my experience has been, uh, you can get close, but arm's distance length, right?
yeah,
And my story, as a kid, is like, if you get close to me, you'll find out about me. You'll really get to know me. You'll leave me or abandon me or misuse me, mistreat me, and then I have to go rebuild this wall, right?
yeah,
Like no, I can't believe I let this person hurt me again, and then it becomes, what's wrong with me? It's my fault. It's something wrong with me. I'm this, I'm a moron, all these different labels, and then becomes like this permanent thing. Like,
hmm,
um, it's like, why aren't you good at that? Like, I'm just not good at that, you know? I'm not good at math. I suck at numbers. I'm not good at school. I'm not good at sports or whatever the story is. And it's
yeah,
not really true. I mean, there's
yeah,
hundreds of math equations, there's hundreds of games, there's hundreds of sports, there's all these different things. And we lock into like, you know what? Um, it's just one thing. So this one thing is my whole world, and everything outside of it doesn't even exist because I'm just locked in here and I can't get out, or I think I can't get out. It's a funny thing our minds do to ourselves, but it's
yeah,
part of the deal.
yeah, totally. It is. I got stuck into that label and having that ego death of, this was my identity. This is who I was. And so getting out of that story. And then sometimes you find, oh, I'm actually really good at this. And oh, I actually kind of like Excel. Mine was Excel. Yeah. And labels and
Oh, there's
label Excel.
Lady Luck. Don't you start with me.
Yeah. So I love that. And so you help work through people's stories with your coaching.
Yeah, and the way that happens is really just through play, right?
Yeah.
Because who doesn't want to play? If I, no matter how tired you are in a day, if I were to walk into your house and like, hey, Shawnalee, let's go play a game, you'd be like, what the hell? What are we doing? Is it tag? Is it Twister? Like, what are we doing? And I call it like disturbative disturbance, right? In our
Yeah.
heads, it's like we're I'll put it like this. This is what I broke down to a client a little while ago, because he was going through this story, just do. I'm like, the way your mind's operating right now is like you're in a movie theater and you're chained to the seat, and all you can do is hit the rewind button. It's just constant zzz, zzz, rewind. Zzz. I'm like, we're in the past right now. Guess why they have a play button? Because the play is present. Play is right here, right now, continuing. Like, how about you press play for a little bit? Let's play. And he was
Yeah.
like, shit, okay, makes sense. But I had to kind of take him there for a second, like really look at, like, you were chained to this desk, you were in this seat, and all you see is this rewind button. It's like, well, let's dust off this play button for a second. And now we can actually do things and move forward.
Yeah. A lot
It
of
might
people
help.
are stuck in that fear. Yeah. They make that story so big and that fear. And the fear is to help us overcome.
Yeah, because back there, that rewind, that's where all the hurt is.
Yeah.
That's where all those feelings are, and like man, I can't believe I burned my hand on my stove. I can't believe this girl dumped me. I can't believe this teacher flunked me. You're just replaying all this stuff, and it's just like, wait a minute, hold on. What's happening right now? What's really great about right now? One of my favorite things I love to do now, if I go to like a grocery store or whatever, and, it's like the usual uh, mindless banter. It's like, hey, how's it going? It's good. All right, great. Blah, blah, blah. I like to just, like I said, disturb it to disturbance. I'm like, hey, what's the best part of your day today? And now make somebody think like, wait, best part of my day.
What did I do? Yeah.
And that's a place of healing, because now it's, am I conscious to it? Am I even awake to something that happened good?
Yeah.
Most of the time it's most of the time you get looked at, it's easy for, I hate to say this way, but like the negative Nancy's to converge. It's like, man, this weather sucks. Yeah, this weather sucks too. And everybody's, you have a room
Oh,
like a 10 people. 10 people will be like, man, this weather's terrible, blah, blah. I like to be the weirdo to be like, man, this weather's awesome. And just like record scratch people like,
yes. What the
who is
heck?
this guy? Like, what is wrong with you? What do you mean? It's sunny outside, the air is nice. Yeah, but you know, the masks and something else, and we can just go down the rabbit hole of all the stuff that people are upset about. And it's like, nah, right here, right now, we're above the ground.
Yeah.
I'm I'm happy, I'm content, I got food in my belly. There's nobody pointing a gun at me, there's nobody trying to hurt me, hurt my kids. Life is good.
Yeah. Life is good. The
I
water
don't even know where
cooler.
we
Yeah.
we've been like
We kind of been
tangent
all
direct.
over.
Yeah,
That's okay. Yeah. That
yeah.
perspective is key. I have a little sign at my desk that says, put your positive pants on. It's because, I'm the positive one. And, had a coworker, we sit in cubicles and he was always negative and negative. And I'm like, all right, let's switch the topic. Let's talk about
Mm.
something else. Or how can we approach this? Or what can we do? Or I'd put on my music and, um, change that. Ryan, thank you. Thank you for our tech support in the comments.
How did he
I
let that
wasn't
one
sure
slip
if
in?
I could do this. Yeah, positive pants. All right, so we'll switch topics then.
No, no, don't prove it. Don't prove it. There's
Don't
nothing to
prove
prove.
it.
Not, we believe you.
We do believe
Whew.
you. Yeah, I bet that you'll show up there. Yeah, blaming others is a way to show up in your victimhood.
Yeah.
You think that in it that you're assigning that blame to someone else, but really it's like the ownership is here, the energy is here,
Oh yeah.
and
Anything I don't like about
looking.
you, it's reflection on me. There's something about me
Yeah,
that I see in you that makes me envious, jealous, distrustful, whatever it is. It's
yeah,
like, oh, this guy's a jerk. He should know better. Um, no, he cut me off, and he or she's disrespecting me. It's like, well, let's just really look at that. Where have you been disrespectful to somebody? Where have you treated
yeah,
somebody like a jerk? It,
yeah,
nobody's here perfect. You show me that perfect person, and I'll leave this earth. I'll be out of here.
yeah,
Until
yeah,
then, we're all figuring this thing out together, and we're all in this healing journey together. And I know some people
yeah,
might think like, oh, that's so woo woo and that's so flower powery, but it's true. I mean, if
yeah,
you're a hurt person, you're gonna hurt somebody else, because I want you to be part of this experience. I'm upset at you because I see something about you that I don't like about me. So I want you to feel
yeah.
that too and recognize that.
Hmm. Yeah, we're all here. We are all each other. We're all one.
Yeah, 100%.
Each of us needs each of us, and all of us need all of us. And, that's what we're here to help others. And thank you for showing up and who you are and your being.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say this all, and it's not easy. This is still the path, right? I'm still on this path. I've
Yeah.
got a whole lot more years of this dark thinking and angry thinking and all this stuff to to continue to heal from and
Oh,
heal
yeah.
with, right? And not judge it like, oh, this is bad. This is a I shouldn't have been thinking that. No, those thoughts, those feelings, those actions happen because that's the best way I knew how to process something at the time. That
Exactly.
I did whatever I did to protect myself or what I thought was protecting myself, whether I was ruining relationships, keeping people away. But that's just what happened.
Yeah,
Now, what do I want to create from that moving forward? That's a fun game.
that's a fun game.
Yeah.
That's a fun game, and especially taking that ownership. When you do make a mistake, I remember taking flowers to a lady and like, I'm sorry. Yep, I was the jerk. It was me.
Yeah.
I take that ownership. And, you know, and it's not getting stuck in like the story. Like I said, um, people wonder why they keep having bad things happen. And it's about your thoughts, which impact your actions, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a black hole. It just comes, right? Like if I'm walking around grumpy pants, see, instead of positive pants,
Yeah.
um, sad socks. If I have my sad socks on, I don't know. Just going with the play of the words here.
Yes, that
You
would
know,
be
I'm
Mr. Ryan.
walk,
Let's
I'm
see.
walking everywhere and just being upset and like nobody wants. Very few people want to be around that,
Yeah.
even if they might agree with it. Like, yeah, yeah, I'm pissed off too. But like after a while, if you're kind of too close, it's like, man, you like I got some stink on you. You like you just stinking thinking all the time. I got some. I'm starting to stink too. I got where's where's the cologne?
Yeah.
Where's the Febreze at?
Yeah. Jim Rohn says you're like the average of the five people that you hang out with. And
That's
so
right.
who are those people that you have in around you constantly? And are they people who feed into your dreams or make you believe or make you want to exceed or excel and
Yeah,
rise up? Or are they people that, just like, yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter what you do.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to get in a bit. We talked just a little bit about the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine a little bit. Um, kind of talk to you a little bit about that. But for those that are just getting into it, is we carry both energies inside of us, and we actually have some chakras. So I'm a Reiki master. If you're not didn't know that, but I work with people's energies, and so in our own self, it's not necessarily like the actual sex, it's the energies that you carry within you. So like with the masculine, it's the presence, it's the structure, it's the action and the doing of things. And the feminine, it's the flow and coming back to nature, into the vulnerability and into the feelings. And as you can see in our society, we have different aspects where there's the hyper masculine, is you have to do and accomplish, or there's the feminine that they can play and say, oh, she's too much into her feelings, or
Hmm.
things like that. There's a play. I call them the sacred aspects, divine masculine, divine feminine. But you are one that I attribute to having being a king and showing up in you know um, the highest aspects. And so um, can you tell an individual's energy ripples? You could definitely feel it. You can feel people's auras. Like, we're not just enclosed into this body, we have the aura that's outside of us. And some people's auras are too close to their bodies and some are farther. Um, and you can definitely feel it. Like, our subconsciouses talk to each other without us like having that acknowledgement or knowing, but we can feel people's energies when we come around, and our subconsciouses talk to each other, so we can know what kind of little telepathy, kind of just that knowing, of what people are thinking or how they feel.
Yeah.
So you can kind of pick that up too.
Yeah.
But for you, sorry, I kind of went off on there.
It's all good. So
Yeah.
good. This is the place to tangent at.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking a little bit about being a sacred masculine and what that is like for you.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you can hear that. That was my tiny humans. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, uh-oh. Yeah. What that means for me, I don't know. I kind of see it as like the best of both worlds, right? And
Yeah.
kind of going back to Jim Rohn. This is my Jim Rohn impression. Sometimes you gotta love like a mother and hate like a father. That's the best I got is Jim Rohn. And then
Yeah.
vice versa, hate like a father or love like a father and hate like a mother. You know, oh, you mess with the mama bear's kids, tear your face off. Mess with the papa bear and they'll do the same thing. So, I've had a great example with my father,
Yeah.
with two sides of like gentle, loving, nurturing, but also the hammer. Like, this has got to get done. Like, no excuses. Like, just get it done. Right? Whatever you got to do, figure it out, get it done. And that's served me in the sense of not waiting around or not like someday my prince will come. Hopefully someone will help me like figure this thing out. Like, no, you got to be a little bit resilient and buckle up, but also humble enough to recognize I can't do it all by myself. And
Yeah.
that's the thing, with me in my journey of healing, right?
Yeah.
I think of this as like what I'm calling like the ego pyramid, right? Of like the three things that are hardest for people to say, like I love you, I'm sorry, I need help. And if we can
Yeah.
find a way to like kind of just shatter that a bit, things get easier, right? It gets easier when I'm bang, 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 like, oh, do you need this tool? Oh yeah, I could use that help. I could
Yeah.
have got this done so much faster if I just spoke up. Speak up if you want to be heard. If someone cares about me and if I never really let them know how I feel or express that, like if I didn't share my feelings with my wife all these years ago, who knows what would have happened? We could have
Yeah.
been two different directions. You never know. And then I'm sorry. That's a big one because it's one thing for the words like, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. But if it's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I've really messed up. I'm going to take ownership of this and really make sure that I'm conscious of what I'm creating and of not this situation again or having you feel like this. And that takes a lot. That takes a lot of brain power, but that's only at the start because then it becomes just how you operate. I'm kind to my wife. I'm kind-hearted to people. I speak life into people. It's not a one-time deal. Like, all right, I said something nice today, so I
Yeah.
guess I'm all healed and good forever. Like
Hmm.
it's a constant obsession. It's got to be to that level of I'm obsessed with just trying to do the best thing, trying to be the best I can, and eventually you become that. And I think that's the challenge for a lot of us, where I want to be that right now.
Yeah.
It's like weight loss. Like, man, I ate a salad. Where are the abs?
The man doesn't have to get.
I got no shirt gang to promote. Where are the abs? Like, no, brother, you gotta. It's gonna take sit-ups. It's gonna take some planks. It's gonna take drinking a lot of water. It's gonna take
Mhm.
sleeping at night. It's gonna take all these different ingredients to create that. The
Oh,
same thing goes with our own healing process. Wow, what do I forgive myself for? What do I forgive other people for? That's part of kind of tying back to the declaration,
yeah.
the I ams. Like, in this book here, started that process of just writing down all these different things I
Mhm.
forgive myself for and forgive other people for hurting me. And like, it's pages, pages, and this is just the start of it. There's still plenty of what I created from that was something beautiful because is in those ashes of like, man, I forgive people for misunderstanding me, and I forgive myself for not speaking up when I should have, and this and that. Well, now I can come from a place of, well, I tell the truth. I'm infinite compassion. I'm infinite truth. I'm
Mm,
patience with people.
mm.
It's
I
not
love
easy, but it does become fun because now it's I don't have to carry resentment. I don't have to carry these bricks of like resentment and shame. It's like, oh, it's like a little balloon. I can just let them go. Bye. Pew.
Oh, definitely. Makes it easier. Makes it easier to go through your marriage and any relationships. Yeah, what bricks are you carrying?
Goodness. I mean, for myself personally, I mean, there have been bricks I've carried around since I've been like 14. Mad at somebody like from like 13, 14, carrying them with me
Mm,
like a knapsack, like a rucksack. Just why am I not getting as far as I want? How come I'm so slow down? Because I'm carrying all these people with me who
mm.
don't make a difference in my life anymore. I'm carrying all these judgments of my parents and my brothers and my sister, of my friends, of myself, everybody. Okay, what happens if I put them down and I just let them go? I
Oof.
kind of feel a little lighter. I can kind of move fast. I can actually run. Oh, and that's how you kind of take off. That's how you get that momentum in your life. But it
Definitely.
takes being willing to look within and recognize, okay, this stuff is messed up. I'm not messed up. This stuff messed me up at this point. What was it that I did to create it? What thing did I do? What didn't I do? What do I want to create from that moving forward? All right. And you just move. You just do it.
Yeah, I love that. And you had some comments there. They loved your forgiveness journal. I love that it had Superman on there.
Yeah.
That takes.
It was, well, that is actually Super Dad.
Oh, I love it.
And it was funny. I was in the moment of like, this is for the super, this is for the comic book nerds out there. I was
Yeah,
having like that just down on myself. Like, I'm more like Spawn than I am like Superman. Like, why did they give me this? I was, you know, in here.
yeah,
And then I was like, all right, well, they see something in me that I'm not seeing. So what is it? And then we just got to work on it. Like, all right, forgive myself for this and forgive myself for that and forgive this person for that. And it's not forgiven from the sense of I'm superior. Like, you know what? You need to apologize to me. I need to forgive you because I'm so much better. It's like, no, I just want to let you go. I just want to get
yeah,
this brick out of me because it's slowing me down. It's not effective. It doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just, it's not effective for me. I just want to
no,
let it go.
yeah. You need that in all relationships is to be able to forgive and then also forget, start
Yeah.
anew um,
Yeah.
to an extent, right?
Yeah. That's true. I mean,
Setting those boundaries.
absolutely. Yeah. The boundaries is a big thing. And that's, we can go into like, we can talk for just like another hour, like just the boundaries and, the strongest drug in the world, approval,
Yeah,
stronger than heroin, stronger than cocaine, stronger than anything you think of. I need you to validate me. I need you to accept me. Well, get hooked on yourself. Accept
yeah,
you. Give yourself your own dose, your own hit.
yeah.
Alex, you're awesome. Alex, I'm an awesome guy. I'm not advocating drugs. Nobody do this.
So,
No. I just want to send that PSA. Don't get yourself some Ryan Morris. Oh man. Yes, Debbie Roth. Yeah, I did some work with her last year. She helped me out tremendously. So, Debbie, shout out to you. You are the champ.
yeah. It is that turning back that mirror though and checking and like, okay, if you need that validation and you're seeking it and you keep seeking and seeking and seeking, it's like, no, turn around.
Yeah,
Where is that coming from? It's
yeah,
coming from in.
yeah. It's always.
Yes.
We're the source. We're the answer. We've always been the answer. There's nothing. If I'm complete with me, then everything else is just a cherry on top, right? Great relation
Yeah.
with my wife, my kids, my peers here, anyone in the Giants, outside of the Giants community, anybody in this prosperous coach universe. But I've also got to be good with me. If I can't look in the mirror and be like, all right, you did good job, Al, then what's it really for?
Yeah.
What's it really mean?
What does that mean? Yeah, exactly. Ho'oponopono. Somebody said that earlier. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I was at a conference and I was just feeling people's energies and like started to get into my head and judging myself. And I went to the bathroom and I was like, Shawnalee, look in the mirror. And I looked into my eyes and I said, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you.
Mm.
And reset my energy. And it was just like, oh, yeah, why was I getting up into here? It's coming back down into the body.
Oh,
And
Seth, who's gonna be on the show tomorrow? Yes, yes,
oh,
Lord. All
sweet.
right, check
Oh,
it
well,
out.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, Debbie's awesome.
Yes, yes, exciting. And so, whenever we can come back down into the body, that's usually what you're up in your mind and just being aware of, oh, let's bring it back down. How can I get back into my body? And from there, and then opening up the heart. How can I open up my heart in this moment? How can I show up? Am I showing up with joy? Am I showing up with love?
Yeah,
How am I showing up? And who are you being at that moment? And coming
yeah,
back into that.
yeah,
From there, we can
100%.
create anything.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, but if it's somebody, if, whoever's watching this or whoever's gonna watch this in the future, if that's something you want to do, it's gonna be the toughest work, but it's gonna be the most rewarding because
Hmm.
once you can kind of once you can start that path of acceptance and allowance and really let things go, it I'm living proof of it, of opportunities and things that have opened up because
Yeah.
I've been able to let go. Like literally, like if you let go, your hands are open to receive. Your hands are open
Mm.
to grab and to touch what you want versus "Argh, yeah, clench, tight, contraction. I can expand here. This is fun.
That's the
This is really
feminine.
fun.
Yeah. Allowing yourself to be open,
Yeah,
having that
100%.
spaciousness and creating that space within. It allows many blessings to pop in. Uh, like you said, when you're restricted, then you're blocking everything away from you.
Yeah,
And so you're not open to change. You're just stuck.
it's that
And
wall. It's those
yeah, it's that
bricks
wall.
you're
It's like,
carrying. Just put in that molder, the cement. Now I'm behind walls.
yeah,
And then when you're in your own mind, you're behind enemy lines. You're behind the enemy wall because your mind's gonna do everything it can to mess with you. Man, you're not this. You can't do this. You've never been able to do that before. What makes you think you can do this? You want to do what? Don't you know the last time you tried this? And you just, I can go on, like with analogies and all
yeah.
this stuff.
That's what causes disease. That's what causes like your chakra system. When we're talking about the chakras, or when I see people with the chakras, is there's a block and it causes blocks in your life force energy. And so then you manifest different things. You're speaking things wrong, or not speaking your truth, or lying, or different things can block your different energies. And so then working on to clear those up. And so I help people release those as well and realign that so that this can flow at 100%, 100% life force energy, and having that connection to spirit and being grounded down into Gaia here on earth. This is where we do our work, is on earth. It's good to have, the higher realms and be in those higher energies as well. But yeah, boundaries and conformity are the brick and mortar to
That's a
huge
huge
walls.
loss. Yeah.
Oh,
Even what you
definitely.
just said there, disease, like that's
Yeah.
without ease. Like you're
Yes.
separating ease, flow, abundance for
Yes.
what? because you want to hit rewind and live in these stories that aren't serving or that aren't effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what causes the disease. A lot of people are like, well, you know, it's just because of this, or it's just because of genetics, or it's just because of different things that all start from the mind. I love Louise Hay, and there's a book, it's Heal Your Body.
Mm,
And so she has affirmations for those different aspects. So you can go to it and be like, oh, this is what I was thinking. This is the thought that caused this problem. And we get emotions that get trapped into our bodies. And so it's releasing those and letting those go out of the body. And when you're embodied, um, that is when the body keeps the score. That's another good
mm,
book. Is
awesome.
it has that remembrance. Our body is our subconscious minds. And so if once we work on this aspect, it's teaching our subconscious minds. Yeah, everyone still lives in the 3D world. And when you can work on
But
clearing up and work on
yeah.
healing, then you can manifest things that are different and um, hold those higher realms within you, open up to your light bodies and be able to hold higher frequencies. And those are generally your higher energies, and focusing on that abundance and that love. Like there is so many blessings that we really have that we don't really take into account. But if you just think like, oh my gosh, I have running water. Like how many
Mm,
people really put that pipe together, dug those trenches, brought that all the way. And, I live in Utah and we have a dam. Um, and so, they brought it all the way from there. And now I have running water. Like how many people don't have running water in the world?
yeah.
And it's just right
Sure.
there at their fingertips. And like, oh my gosh, I have a house and I have a carpet. And like, really, when we open up our eyes and looking at the world around us and just driving down the street, you're like, look at all these millions and millions of dollars that are really right here. Like, look at the world that we live at. Like, it is so abundant and we are so blessed. Like, compared to many people, when that's what always brings me back to center, is looking at the blessings. And oh yeah, when you work with people, when they do that, people
I
get,
saw it coming. I knew someone was gonna go there, Dan.
I knew that.
Felt
I
it.
said it and I was like, oh yeah. Always count on me for like those.
Whoops.
Yeah, walking gratitude. Yeah, taking note of everything to be grateful for. It's astounding.
Yeah.
Changing up your patterns of what you do in the day. Like you always get up on the same side of the bed. You always brush your teeth with the same hand. You always do things in the same order. Like switch that up. Change that energy just a little bit. And then things start to change in your world. It's because how often do you numb out?
Yeah.
Just because that's the pattern and that's how you've always done it. And
Oh,
so you're having to work differently.
that's a silent killer. Whether it's our personalized, professional. This is the way we've always done it. That's how we always got to do it. Well, what if that might have worked back then? At some
Yeah.
point, let's just see if you're open to something different. And
Yeah.
that's it. And that's really what my practice kind of consists of. Is just like, can we just experiment and just try something different? Might work, might not. I don't care.
Yeah. May not.
But when you're a kid, you play, you test things out. You know, no
Mm.
kid ever figured out, hmm, I can't burn my hand on the stove if I don't touch it. Like, you're gonna have to touch. You're gonna have to like actually, oh, experience nerve endings, reaction. Like, oh, okay, now I know, right? Like
Yeah.
now I get it. This is why mom said don't play ball in the house. Kick a ball, break a window. Oh, that's why she said that.
That's why she said that. And then I try to like test it. Oh, I can touch right here and it doesn't burn. Oh, I
Yeah.
can touch right here.
Yeah.
That little rebel part comes out. It's like, well, I could get right to here.
Yeah.
I could push this button.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, but we lose that. We get that. I hate to say it this way, but it's kind of true. We get it, like beaten out of us as we go through life and get older, and you know, try to make our way in the world and fit in. And like I said, back to this approval. It's like I can't test an experiment anymore because everybody's doing this, so I need to do what I need to fall in line and be the rest instead of
Yeah.
expressing yourself. It's this
Yeah.
distinction I like to call being impressive versus being expressive. We try to be impressive. We try to,
People please.
yeah, people please. We lose ourselves because, well, if Shawnalee likes wearing Reebok sneakers, I'm gonna wear Reebok sneakers too. I don't even like them. She's wearing them, so I have to wear them so I can be just like her, and you know,
Yeah.
something ridiculous. When I'm being expressive, I can be in spirit. I can be childlike and playful, and get to
Mhm.
learn about you and give you permission to like just show up and be like, hey, do you like you know uh, you like picking boogers? Yeah, me too. All right, let's pick our boogers together and let's eat them. No, I'm kidding.
Woo.
but you but
Yeah.
it's all these stupid like weird things, and we lose it. We lose just that ability to just think of something outside of the box.
Yeah. Yeah. Being open.
Yeah, just being open to see even something outside of a box. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to look out there. It's scary. Well, scary could be fun.
Scary could be fun.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Well, everything in life is dangerous. This is how dangerous life is. We're all gonna die. There's a lot more people that are dead than are alive. Like, you want
Yeah.
to just weigh the numbers. There's a lot more on the other side that have lived, passed, versus right now, right here, everybody existing. So it's part of the deal. You're not going to get out of this thing alive. So let's just
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah. We're not getting out alive. I used to do.
I know the boogers they do keep coming up.
Why does that always come up? Because
That's
it
because
wakes people up.
that tiny human. So I'm always
Yeah.
like, stop picking your nose. Like,
Tony Robbins, that's why he swears, is to wake people up, is because they're not used to that. So that could be why with
yeah,
that is it just wakes people up.
I'll just throw a rock at people's faces. Like, what the? Wake
Oh,
up! Not kidding. Yeah.
I'm awake now.
Or it just might be just with a kind word, some EPR, and most of us are walking through like like zombies. Like, hey, I really appreciate what you've done for me today, and that will startle somebody. That will be like,
Oh,
me, Raggy? Like, yeah, you.
yeah,
Appreciate you. You're doing something amazing in the world. Oh, I don't know what amazing, like,
yeah,
it's really waking people up. Kind of
yeah.
like waking people up with giants. Plug.
Yes. I like that plug. I'd talk to people in the grocery store or like checking out and ask them how their day is. And they're like, what?
Yeah, it's always hilarious. I so I'll share this funny thing. So a couple weeks ago, um, I was in a local store and I was getting flowers for my wife and doing some grocery shopping. And for one of the cashiers there, she went above and beyond, like
Mhm.
because it didn't have the barcode on it. So I was like, oh man, I don't know the price, blah blah blah. She's like, hold
Yeah.
on. She ran across the store, came back, figured out for me, and I was like, okay, awesome, great. And I got home. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make her day. I wrote her a Christmas card, drove back like a couple hours later, handed it to her. I was hoping she was still there, and she was like, "What is this about?" I'm like, "This is for you. This is for you helping me out, thanking you for your service. You went above and beyond. You didn't even have to do that, so appreciate it." She gave me a hug. You know, it was one of those things, but I could see like in her face, like she it was like, I thought she was gonna cry. She's like, I can't believe somebody like would do something like that for me. And that's nothing. That's like a
Yeah.
small thing. Just like I wrote her a couple words, appreciate you, thank you. Simple.
Simple. Most people are stuck right here. They're not awake. Yes.
What blessings?
What blessings.
What's good?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yes. Waking people up, getting them out of their box. I
Oh
love
yeah, yeah.
that.
That's
You
oh
have
yeah,
to
that's
do
a
the
great
to
thing.
build up an employee. Ooh,
Yeah, I love that. I remember
love
doing that
that.
with some guy in at a Trader Joe's out here, one of our favorite like people who work there, and the guy looked scared as hell. He was like I could see it in his chest, like his whole body. He's like, "Hey, are you the manager here?" Oh, I am. It's like, "Hey, I want to tell you about this employee. They are magnificent and just like be relaxed." And then all of a sudden, kind of see him like floating above his body, like, "Oh my goodness, someone said something good about me," and it doesn't take much to lift people up,
It doesn't.
and it's also got to be from a place of au- being authentic about it, like
Yeah.
really meaning it. Like, you're great. Like I said, tie it to something that's actually true about them, and you got somebody out there who's they're gonna take off. Their whole day is gonna be uplifted, on fire.
Mm, I love that. I love your way of being. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
We need more people like that. Um, I did want to ask you, give you a little plug about the Ultimate Coach. You will be speaking.
Oh yeah, yeah. The ultimate experience. So that is
Ultimate Experience. Yes.
going down in 18 days on January 23rd in Chandler, Arizona. So shout out to the Fantastic Four, Judy Thurston, Julie Westover, Xavier Marine. Four of us knuckleheads decided to put together this event, and we're gonna put 300 beautiful people in this room, and we're gonna celebrate each other, celebrate life, celebrate Steve Hardison in his book, The Ultimate Coach, and it's I don't say this often. I don't like to live too much in absolutes, but like this is an absolute must be there kind of deal. With
Mm,
whatever you got to do to show up, to be there, be present, uh, please do, because your life's not gonna be the same afterwards.
mm.
My life's not the same. I mean, we got this rolling in November. I can't even.
Yes. The
If
Ultimate
I told
Experience.
like myself this, like years ago, younger, like, hey, guess what? This is what's going to be happening, like in the short collapsed space of time. Like,
Yeah.
then get out of here, dude. You're lying. Like this, there's no way this is happening. There's no way that this is going to happen for you. And stop,
Yeah.
stop. You're lying. But it's truth. Truth is truth. So
Truth is truth.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm going. I will be there. Yes. That is
Yes.
the spot.
Yes.
X marks the spot. It's
This is it.
a beautiful day for that personal development. Woo, thank you so much. The No Shirt Gang rally. That'll be interesting. Oh, there we go. um, yeah. So if you, I don't know if there's tickets left, but
Yeah.
if not, just wait and
Yeah.
come and see and enjoy. But check us
Yeah.
out. Alex is going to have his own podcast here coming up. When is your
Yeah.
show?
Yeah, it is going to be on a very special date for a couple of reasons. One, because it's Nicole Castillo's wedding anniversary. Go girl. Shout out, shout out. And it's also uh would have been my mother's 78th birthday. So January 16th, that is the first episode of Train of Thought. Is going to feature my gang, the Fantastic Four. We are going to speak life, spread love into you folks, talk about the event, talk about life. When is your next show?
Who's on that one?
To be determined. Let's put it like that. I
Yeah.
got some amazing people in mind, so I'll be reaching out to those folks to secure a spot. But yeah, train of thought. Grateful for the Giants, Nick and Ryan, the
Thank
Lion
you. So appreciative for them.
of yeah, just opening this door. So like I said, like see things like this,
Yeah.
us having this conversation like this, maybe it was already always available. 30 tickets, thank you, Judy. 30 tickets left for the event.
30 tickets, good.
But it's it's really wild what can happen in a short distance. And
Yeah.
if you're open, you're receptive, and you know, things really happen fast. But you have to
Thank you.
also be ready for it.
Yeah. Gotta have that heart. Be
Gotta
open.
be hungry.
Gotta be hungry. Ooh, I love Les Brown. Mm,
That's for you, Laban.
yes. Yeah. I didn't even know like I would be here. Last year I did my first podcast with Lamar Norwood and was just a guest on the show. And tomorrow is like the 1 year date. I found that in my Facebook notifications.
Serious?
Yeah, I wouldn't
And
even.
now you got a show.
Now I have
Like
a show,
like
and I am
isn't that
so
weird?
grateful.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy, and just honored to have this experience. And thank you, Nick and Ryan. My next show, so I will be doing. Yes, I'm getting to that, Ryan. I was working my way up. Ryan the Lion. He will be my guest for the next show. Love
Say
him.
what?
Yeah, yeah. It'll be 2 weeks. Every other week is when I will be doing the shows. Is full time uh, work and then mom and
Right.
Reiki master, and so I have lots of projects and I love it. I am so honored to be able to show up for you and just really help people. That's my goal.
That's it. Nobody does it like Shawnalee. Bet you never
Yeah,
heard that
ooh, I
before in
like
your life,
that.
right?
I get a little tattoo of that. There you go. Well, thank you to all our guests and thank you for all the comments and supporting us. And thank you, Alex, for being on the show and much love. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank
Thank you
you
for
for who
having
you
me.
be.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation. And for all y'all, thanks for watching. Hope this made a difference. Stay blessed.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.